Welcome back, everybody. Jess and I are headed to Dallas, Texas for a wedding, and then after that, we are going to New York for 2 engagement sessions, and Jess has a boudoir session out there. So I thought it'd be fun to take you along with us. So what I'm going to attempt to do on this trip is make a few videos. Our video team's coming with us. They're gonna meet us in a couple days in Dallas to document what it looks like to travel to a destination wedding, to shoot destination weddings, and all the in-between. So consider this an education vlog style YouTube video. And if it works out, we're gonna keep doing this wherever we go because we travel a lot and we want to take you with us and we want you to start becoming destination wedding photographers because that's what this channel is all about. Oh man. So we park here. It's quick parking spot. It's where we park when we drive. Yeah. And these elevators will not stop beeping until you get in and you shut it. And I think they do it as like a service.
I don't feel
Just listen, the door's about to open. It's so urgent. They clearly don't want us to stay. No mask. So Delta just opened a brand new terminal. It's my first time in it. It's beautiful so far. Excited to show you the lounge. So, made it to the brand new lounge. It's immaculate. This is like a full outdoor area, full outdoor bar. Behind that is a full bar. Inside is beautiful. There's a ramen bar where they're making fresh ramen. It's awesome. I already had 2 bowls. I got my pre-flight Negroni. Beautiful view. So anyways, I want to start this with 2 tips on the travel part of destination weddings. One, if you're a US citizen, immediately get TSA pre-check or global entry. I'm going to link below the steps on how to do that. There's a link. It's super easy. If you're near a big airport, every now and then there's a pop-up. It will save you so much time. From the time Jess and I got off the shuttle to the front gate of LAX to a lounge with a drink in my hand was less than 3 minutes. We got through TSA in like, what, 30 seconds? Yeah. And they checked my backpack because Jess slipped in a wine opener and had a little blade, so I lost that one. Oops. It was a wedding favor. I got a couple. Anyways, the other thing is get TSA pre-check or global entry, and the second is stick with one airline. I'm gonna geek out and do so many videos on this, but if you stick with an airline, just like choose Delta. We got the Delta Amex Reserve card. It gets us into the lounges, and the only place I'm more productive comparison to my office is in the lounge because it's comforting, it's fun, you're about to go somewhere, it's quiet, get a drink, get some food, and just get to work. So get pre-check as soon as you possibly can for global entry. Stick with an airline. If you have questions about airlines, DM me or message me here or put it in the comments. And if you want to be convinced about more of Delta, ask me all the questions. I'll convince you. Also, make sure you guys click right below this video. There is a free guide for you. It is the checklist on how to book destination weddings. So you can click that for free, start to book destination weddings off that checklist. Time to board. It is, what time is it? 1:30, 1:15 in the morning. And one of the things about destination weddings, one of our rules is that we allow a 24-hour buffer between the first event when we start, whether it's rehearsal dinner, an engagement session, the actual wedding day, whatever it is, because we've had too many close calls. No matter what airline, no matter how great they are, travel is travel and flights are flights, and sometimes they get delayed. So we allow for at least a 24-hour buffer in between. And today wasn't too bad, 2.5 hour delay, but it's 1:30 in the morning. And if I had to get up tomorrow and shoot a wedding first thing in the morning and be exhausted, I wouldn't be able to serve the couple as best as I could. So we always allow a buffer. But our Uber is almost here and I'm exhausted. Oh, hey. So Jess and I are at the rehearsal dinner now, and in about an hour, it's gonna turn into the welcome party. And when we book destination weddings, our most popular collection for destination weddings includes us photographing the rehearsal dinner, at least a part of it, because there's a lot of strategy behind it. The wedding is amazing, and we've done an engagement session most of the time, but when you can have the opportunity to roll in, do rehearsal dinner coverage for an hour or two, or a welcome party,
tomorrow, by the time the wedding comes around, you're basically family. You know the bridal party, you know the family, you know a lot of the guests who are super important and involved in the entire wedding. And it kind of takes, you kind of have an extra advantage with the family, with the day of, and everything goes smoother. And so tomorrow's wedding, super formal at Crescent Court in Dallas, and it's amazing, top-notch team. And tonight, top-notch team, but it's a lot less formal. I love when welcome parties are a lot less formal. It's very approachable. It's at this place called Sammy's Barbecue, which is this classic checkered tablecloth Texas barbecue place where they're doing speeches in about 5 minutes. Jess is in there. I'm going to run in there right now. And then in about an hour, it's going to turn over to the welcome party outside where a bunch of the friends and family coming into town just going to have barbecue. There's a frozen margaritas on tap. I'm going to get in on that. So whenever you get the chance, make sure you are offering rehearsal, dinner coverage, or welcome party coverage to get to know everyone, especially if you're doing destinations. And what we just did is we just pulled them outside for a few minutes, did some portraits of them, and we're going to get those ready and send them tonight so they're even more excited for the wedding tomorrow. There's just a lot more trust. There's a lot more familiarity when you do the rehearsal or the welcome dinner the night before the wedding when you get the opportunity, especially on destinations. It's lovely. And now we're all dolled up and we're going to go. The venue is like right out the window, but it's far enough away that it's 96 degrees and we don't want to walk. So we're going to take a 2-minute Uber over there with our video because they have all their gear and we have our bags. And we're gonna take you along with this wedding. I'm gonna do my very best to show you the behind the scenes of how we're photographing this wedding. I'm stoked to take you along with us. Just ran downstairs to the ballroom to get styling florals for Jess. We're gonna do a flat lay in the girls' room, and then I'm gonna run over to the guys, get him ready. Couple prints right here, boys. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Cycle them out. Who's next? I just wrapped up portraits of the groomsmen and the groom. They're not doing a first look today, and wow. Just got into the reception space. Look at that. This is amazing. So I'm doing my reception details now while Jess is outside doing the bridal party, the girls, and then we're gonna hide them all. We're gonna do a few more detail shots of the ceremony and get them married. So Jess and I just wrapped up all of the details for the reception space, which is beautiful. And since they didn't do a first look, I did all the groomsmen and grooms photos before, hid them, just did the girls. We wrapped that up. I just finished my take on the reception. And then right before cocktail hour ends, Jess is gonna run in there. But right now, guests are getting here. This is the ceremony. It's going to be absolutely, it's already gorgeous. It's a little toasty out, but everything's going to plan so far.
Please help me introduce for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Diego Fernandez!
Take one step this way, everyone, so you're centered. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Walk up those stairs. Diego, lead her.
Video team and Jess making magic.
Going for a real kiss. Diego, can you wrap your arms around her?
Bride and groom are hidden, getting bustled, finishing the last details before the couples and all the people come in. Everyone is in the reception having dinner now, and we're having our vendor meals, and Jess is busting out culling and editing. Mandee is busting out same day sneak peek for video. Brian looks good over there, but this is just what it looks like. We're in the boardroom. Clearly we all were famished and slammed our food. Just did the cake cutting, and then me and Brian will run the dance floor. These girls are gonna work their magic, and it's gonna be amazing. Guys, we did it! Woo! It's 12:30 in the morning. Thanks for joining us on this epic wedding weekend. Made it. Off to New York. Okay, so I know we said goodbye in the elevator, but Just got to our room. It is 12:30 at night. It was an epic wedding. I hope this vlog, my first attempt at this, taking you along with us, I really hope it was useful so you see behind the scenes. We are gonna pack, and then first thing in the morning, about 5 hours, me and Jess and Brian are heading to New York City for 2 engagement sessions, and we're gonna take you behind the scenes, and Brian's gonna go with us to get a lot more candid of us working mic'd up the whole thing. So see you in the next episode. But if you like this, hit me in the comments. If you wanna see something else, let me know in the comments. I'm always here for you guys. Thanks for joining us. Good night.